Good morning, dear students. Today we will work in our new lesson the uses of should or shouldn't. The uses of should or shouldn't. We use should or shouldn't to give a piece of advice. For the word advice, when you are giving someone, you give him a piece of advice, or you give him advice. So when you use the word advice, don't say an advice. It's not correct. Okay? So advice is uncountable word. We cannot use the indefinite articles a or an before it. So I cannot say an advice for the one. For the one is a piece of advice, or to give advice to someone. I'll give you advice, or I'll give you a piece of advice. Okay, return to our lesson, which is the uses of should or shouldn't. We use should or shouldn't to give someone a piece of advice. For example, this girl is telling this boy, you should wear a helmet. We are completing the uses of should or shouldn't. We also use should or shouldn't to talk about what we think is right or wrong. So we use should or shouldn't to give a piece of advice, or to talk about something that we think is right or wrong. Now, if you look at this person, he's working hard, so he's very tired. I'll tell him, you look tired, you should go to bed. So I think that this is better for him. That's why I'm giving him a piece of advice, or I'm telling him what I think is something that is right. So again, we use should or shouldn't to give someone a piece of advice, or to tell him something that we think is right or wrong. Okay? So to advise someone, you should use should or shouldn't. The form of should or shouldn't. For shouldn't, they are different in uses. Should is the affirmative form, which is yes, and shouldn't is the negative form, which is no. So when you tell someone an affirmative advice, which is yes, you will use should. You should do so and so. And when you're using a negative form or something that is no, you will use shouldn't. For example, for should, I'll say, if you have a toothache, you should go to the dentist. As you can see that this girl, she has a toothache. So I'm advising her that she should go to the dentist. This is the affirmative form, which is yes, you should do so. Because I think I'm advising her, I think this is better for her, it's something right to do. For the other form, which is the negative form, which, as we said, the no, shouldn't. You shouldn't play music loudly, of course, because of your neighbors. You will annoy them. So you shouldn't play music loudly. In the affirmative form, we used subject, should, then the verb in the infinitive. For the affirmative form, we use the subject, which means the one who does the action, should, then the verb in the infinitive, which is the main verb. If you have a toothache, you, the one who does the action, should go. Go is our verb. So subject, should verb. You should go, you should play, you should travel, you should see. You, he, she, any subject plus should plus the verb. For the negative form, we use the subject, the one who does the action, shouldn't, then the verb in the infinitive, which is the main verb. You shouldn't play music loudly. Okay?